Psalm 120 is sequentially the first of the songs of ascent. The phrase in this case refers to getting out of a bad environment. In it, King David groans about having sojourned in Meshech and among the tents of Kedar. Meshech is described by the commentaries as the land of one of the sons of Japhet. The Meiri brings a source that it is Tuscany in Italy under the domain of Edom in the place of their faith, meaning one of the papal states. The tents of Kedar are generally understood to be the tents of the Bedouins under the domain of Ishmael. The references to Edom and Ishmael are made because most of Israel's exile is among them. The Meiri continues that it is difficult to understand this literally as David talking about himself. However, it is possible to regard it as a description of David's wandering from place to place among the nations, but he uses the names Meshech and Kedar to apply to all of them. The Malbim explains these nations as being savage, hostile, and oppressive. The word Meshech means extended in Hebrew, and the Meiri sees this as a hint of the extended time that David spent in bitter exile. The Midrash Tehillim asks, "What are the tents of Kedar?" and answers that they blackened their faces like the bottom of a pot, Kedara in Aramaic and Hebrew. He also asks, "What is for I dwelt in Meshach?" and answers that I dwelt among a people that is drawn, Nimshachim, to hell. The source of David's pain is being forced to live among a society of lying lips and cheating tongues. Rashi explains it is the seed of the evil who with their mouths trap the creation into their evil exploits. The Meiri considers them to be the hateful that are cheating him or the people in the exile with smooth tongues. Therefore, he reckons them as enemies. The psalm compares these lies and swindles to sharp arrows in burning coals. The commentaries tend to look at arrows in coals as forms of defamation. The Midrash Tehillim expounds on sharp arrows, that some Russia will kill a person with his tongue, just like with an arrow it is not felt until it strikes, so too defamation is not recognized until this arrow of a Russia comes suddenly. Also, a person does not know that they are spreading a rumor to kill or harm him. This is because the person doing it hides in a very bright place from where he can assassinate him. The commentaries compare cheating to coals of broomwood because their burning heat on the inside is concealed by cold ashes on the outside. This is like a charlatan who is very glib, but with a bad burn that is not felt until some time later. Rashi brings these ideas, but adds that the arrows and coals may be the fate of the liars and cheats, saying that in the end HaKadosh Baruch Hu will decree upon them mighty arrows with burning coals, arrows from above and hell from below. David asks them what benefit they will get from these lies and frauds. The Metzudas David comments that they are not getting any additional protection. The Malbim comments that they are not profiting from it. Rather, it is like saying to somebody who was always involved with Lashon Hara, gossip, what benefit do you get from this? The Meiri comments that David is a man of peace, and Rashi comments that David is at peace with Meshach and Kedar. In either case, when he talks to them, they come at him in war. The Malbim sees this as David's relationship with his brothers, the children of Israel. Sadly, they hate peace and they are worse than Kedar and Meshach. When David talks of peace, it is with integrity. However, when they talk of peace, in their hearts they want to ambush him because of gratuitous hatred. At least with Kedar and Meshach, their evil was open, and he knew to be wary of their malevolence. Samson Raphael Hirsch comments, truth and veracity have departed from the speech of the peoples because these virtues have gone from their life. Israel was sent among the nations to proclaim and champion God's revealed truth by the spoken word, and even more so through its own way of life. Hence, as a spokesman for the truth, Israel meets with widespread hostility. It is insulted and expelled from the community of nations as a disturber of the peace. Their speech serves not to express truth about things, thoughts, and ideas, but instead to conceal it. Every word that is spoken serves the purposes of deceit. He also says that it is called a song of ascents because it is about ascending from the depths of misery. Similarly, the Meiri seems to be saying that when a person calls out to God, his salvation will be according to the dread he is suffering and according to his desire for the redemption. Thank you.